How much money is Maxwell worth? With a $10 million net worth, Maxwell is an American singer-songwriter, producer, and musician. Along with other musicians like D'Angelo and Erykah Badu, Maxwell has been acknowledged for having influenced the neo-soul movement that gained popularity in the mid to late 1990s. Childhood. On May 23, 1973, Gerald Maxwell Rivera was born in Brooklyn, New York. When he was young, he started singing in his mother's church. Sadly, Maxwell's father passed away in an airplane crash when he was only 3 years old. After high school, he made the decision to concentrate on his music. Career. At the age of 17, Maxwell started writing music on a cheap Casio keyboard that he had borrowed from a friend. By 1991, he had established a solid following in the NYC club scene, having started writing and performing his own music all over the city. He started recording his songs for a demo tape after gaining access to a 24-track recording studio. He shared the demo tape with his friends, and his official debut live performance at Manhattan's Nell's nightclub drew a sizable audience. He went on to give more performances and generate interest in his music. A writer for Vibe magazine even dubbed him the next Prince. In 1994, amidst much fanfare, Maxwell signed with Columbia Records and started working on his debut album, Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite. But the label wasn't sure the record would be successful, so they held off on releasing it until 1996. The album, which initially took a while to gain commercial traction, debuted at number 38 on the top R&B charts. Following that, the album saw growth on the Billboard 200 chart, peaking at number 36 after spending 78 weeks there. Rolling Stone and Time both named Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite among the year's top 10 albums, and the album went on to become a top 30 hit in the UK. With the success of its second single, Ascension, Don't Ever Wonder, the album sold over 2 million copies and was nominated for a Grammy. Maxwell had only put out one album by this point, but MTV noticed how well-liked he was and invited him to record an episode of MTV Unplugged in New York City. There, he sang both his own songs and well-known covers, including Kate Bush's This Woman's Work and NIN's Closer. On July 22, 1997, the concert special aired. 1998 saw the release of his second album, Embrya, and 1999 saw the release of Now, which debuted at the top of the R&B and Billboard albums, respectively. At this point in his career, he took a nearly 10-year hiatus before releasing the album BLAC Summer's Night, which went on to receive 6 Grammy nominations. In April of 2012, Maxwell and his 11-piece band set out on a 6-day tour where he was scheduled to perform every song from his discography. He declared that the Obama-Biden 2012 re-election campaign would receive funding from the tour's merchandise sales. Nevertheless, he had to postpone the tour due to some vocal hemorrhaging. In May 2014, Maxwell revealed in an interview with Rolling Stone that he had spent the previous 3 years recording his 5th studio album in Miami. He declared on Twitter that the second Black Summer's Night installment will be available in the winter of 2015. Lake by the Ocean, his first solo single in 6 years, was released in April 2016. Then came the release of his eagerly anticipated 5th album. It got great reviews from critics and peaked at number 3 on the Billboard 200. On May 5, 2016, he made his TV debut in 7 years, singing Lake by the Ocean on Late Show with Stephen Colbert. When he dropped the single Shame in 2018, he described it as a sneak peek at his next album, Night, which is the last of his trilogy of 3 albums. In September 2019, he took part in a 4-night run of consecutive concerts at the Kennedy Center. Praise. His Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite record received 2 platinum certifications. Maxwell went on to sell 4 platinum albums in a row after that one. BLAC Summer's Night garnered 6 Grammy nominations and took home the Song of the Year title with Pretty Wings. Over the course of his illustrious career, Maxwell has been nominated for 13 Soul Train Music Awards, 2 NAACP Image Awards, and won 3 Grammy Awards. Maxwell received the 2019 Lifetime Achievement Award from the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation and the Congressional Black Caucus. Personal life. Dynant Puebite and Maxwell were once wed. He doesn't have any kids, and they are divorced. He has dated a number of famous people and artists, including Elizabeth Rome, Chris Jacobs, Raven Davis, and Canela Alvis McConaughey. Maxwell made it back to the stage despite
Gerald
nearly
Maxwell
losing
Rivera,
his voice, who performs under the stage name Maxwell, is regarded as one of the forerunners of the neo-soul movement, which emerged as a soul music renaissance in the late 1990s. Maxwell, who was well known for his alluring R&B style, had years of making fans fall in love, but in 2012 he had to have vocal cord surgery, which put his career and health in jeopardy. Maxwell's career and life were in danger a few years ago when he had to deal with a serious health issue that affects many singers, as the singer revealed in an interview with the Los Angeles Times. The musician of Haitian heritage received bad news from his doctor just as he was about to embark on a 6-day tour called the Maxwell Tonight, Mantua and Tour 2012, which was scheduled to take him to Los Angeles, Atlanta, and Newark to perform his whole discography. His medical team recommended vocal rest at the time due to vocal cord edema and hemorrhage, according to a statement made public at the time. He apologized for not being able to support his fans, but he was forced to postpone the performances. When asked about the surgery he had to have to heal his work instrument, 2 years went by before he returned to the public eye, and he answered casually, "It wasn't as much of an impact as it was a story itself. After finishing, I started to record. I had been neglecting my healing, so I felt like I needed to take care of it. For me, maintaining my health and sounding confidently was more important than breaking a promise." More singers than you might think suffer from vocal cord edema. Because the swelling of the vocal folds produces a deep, hoarse voice, most of them choose to undergo surgery in order to recover, even though there is a significant chance that they will permanently lose their abilities. Fortunately for Maxwell's admirers, the singer emerged from his visit to the operating room triumphant. And 2 years ago, he released his most recent album, Black Sumthin Night. We're happy to hear that Maxwell can still captivate an audience with his amazing voice, and we're hoping to hear some new music from him soon. Do you enjoy the music of Maxwell?